welcome back to the channel. Blackout Bill here. Today we're going to be working on the Ram for the new SCOTTY KILMER challenge. I'm inventing this myself, and I want to see who can get their vehicles to outlast SCOTTY KILMER's Toyota Celica that I think he has 230,000 miles. I'm at 230 with the Ram, so we're going to do some preventative maintenance to make sure it lasts. So this truck's got all original miles, got the original motor, original trans, everything's original. I've done some tweaks to it. I fixed the death wobble. I put some new ball joints in. You guys, there's videos on me putting my dual stabilizers in. Death wobble's gone. And today we're going to be changing the rear shocks. We're going to be changing out the spark plugs, changing the valve cover gasket, which is leaking. We will also be changing the universal joints in the drive shaft. I have one or two that's bad. I bought 4 because there's 6 of them. And when I take off, it goes weep, 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 this squeaking noise. And I didn't know what it was at first, and then it was confirmed. I put the truck in drive, and you hear that clank. Put it back in reverse, and you hear that clank. So I 100% have a bad universal joint within the drive shaft. We're gonna change those out as well. I did fix the AC on this truck, and I had a whole video on it, and it all got scrapped because this channel is all from my iPhone. So just to show anybody can have a YouTube channel, I do everything on my iPhone. No, I don't have a computer with editing software. I use the iMovie app. So let me know what you guys think. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And I want to give a shout out to the 30 or so people that have subscribed in the last month. I haven't uploaded in a minute because I've been very busy, but people are subscribing, and I super appreciate it. If you're still a subscriber and have stuck around, I love you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Got tons of stuff coming as fast as I can put them out. I work 60-hour weeks, and I do this on the side. So let's get to work. Mechanical repairs. I also taken my hand at some body work, which I never do, but this was getting pretty bad, so I figured let me do some repairs since we're putting so much work into the mechanical aspects of it. Let's try to make the truck look a little nicer. And I'm following Chris Fix's video. If you guys want any actual how-to videos, that's the place to go. And this fender, I'll show you what the other one looks like. We sanded it down. I think I sanded it too much. I was trying to get the rust divots out, and I ended up banging some holes in there. So we'll fill that up, and we'll make that look pretty. Give you guys an idea what it looked like. It kind of looked like this. So this I haven't done any work to this one. That is just how these Dodge Ram, the fenders, they just rot, and you see them all the time. I have some minor rot on this side on the bottom, and then on this side we have some major rot. And we'll see if we can do a video. I don't have any welding equipment, but maybe we'll get a grinder. We'll cut the piece out where it's got to be cut, and then we'll try to buy a piece, and who knows, maybe we'll purchase a welder. So we'll see what's up. I'm worried about these bends here. I'm not gonna be able to duplicate that, and I want the door to close properly. But you can see it's just, this is far too gone. This has to be cut and replaced with new metal. But we might do that because I love this Dodge Ram Mega Cab so much. It's so big and so cool on the inside. I'm willing to put the work into it until it, hopefully it lasts forever. I may even, if the engine ever throws a rod or something, I may even put a crate motor in this. I love my truck so much. So let's keep her running. SCOTTY KILMER challenge. We're coming for you. I could use jack stands for this. I technically don't need it. The truck's high enough, but I like my ramps, and the truck was currently running, so we're gonna use the tire ramps for easy access to get under for the shocks and the universal joints. And then for the front, we'll leave as is so that I can work on the engine bay, because we got 16 spark plugs to change. I gotta take all the bolts off to get that valve cover off so we can change that valve cover gasket. Okay, one thing I want to do is point out what can happen when things go wrong. A lot of the guys will show you how to do it, and it's like, magic of editing. Everything's pure, and they might throw, oh, just in case this happens, do this. But I can't change a tire without something going wrong. So the coil packs came out with very little resistance. A little hard to get to that one back there, but still not bad. And then for most of the ones on the driver's side, you have to use a short. The main problem I had is when I pulled the coil packs out, the damn boot stayed in the hole. So it just popped off. It just pops back on with the spring inside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some pliers. Can't see that because of the shadow. There's 2 of them that happen to. And I'm gonna get some pliers and just grab the rubber and pull straight out. Hopefully I don't damage it, but I shouldn't. But that's something that may happen if your spark plug boot's stuck in a hole when you pull it out. Just I'll try to get some pliers, just yank it out. So yeah, it's in the hole. when it's in the hole, just get your channel locks, grip it, and pull it out, and it'll come out. I know that was unfocused. And then the spring was just kind of laying in there, so you can just pull this out, and then put the spring back in here, and then just slide your boot on it. Put your spring in, put your boot back on, and pop, pop, appari americano. That's it, and it's back together. Spent 3 minutes doing that. I had to do 2 of them. Now I gotta find the screw. Another good thing is times. I'd like to tell you how long it takes me to do these jobs. Through the video, it seems, and even every channel you see, it seems like it might take like an hour, 2. This job should take about 2 to 3 hours for an experienced guy with the right tools in the right spot. Guy like me in my driveway where all my tools are everywhere. It takes me 3 hours just to find all the tools I need. So I started this job somewhere around 11 o'clock. I'm already 3 hours in and I barely got the coil packs off. Just to give you an idea what you're looking at. Number 2, now I love my Dodge, but yes, this is dumb. Scotty Kilmer calls them crap. They're not, but this was dumb. So you don't have to undo the wiring harness, but they got these clips, the whole wiring harness, including the main wiring harness. That's the main wire control center, uses these brackets to hold everything in place, and they put it to the valve cover gasket bolts. So you gotta get them off. They're all rusted on. I sprayed them all with WD. They pulled off easier when you spray them first, but they wouldn't come off for the life of me. But why you would want to clip the wiring harness on a Dodge Ram that is known to have electrical issues all the time, that you're just asking for trouble. So in any case, I hit it with the WD. These look really rusted. I'm worried about busting some bolts there, but it's got to be done. So we'll, worst case scenario, get some new bolts, or we'll break and we'll see what's up. But yeah, so little issue getting these off. Sprayed them with WD. They pulled right off, including the main wiring harness in the back there. So no big deal. It is what it is. Now we're gonna they look like 10s as well. I'm gonna start taking those nuts off, and this valve cover should pop off. Gotta admit, there's a lot of clearance here. 9 times out of 10, any other vehicle, cars and stuff like that, you're gonna have a lot more clearance issues. There's a lot of room to work here, so I can't complain too much. Although I'm gonna, because it's my humanly right. These should all be 8mm. 8mm. Again, Dodge, come on, 10s. Stick with 10s. Anyway, 8 didn't fit. 9 seems like it's too short. I think this was messed with before. But in any case, they're rusted to beyond belief. I can't get the right size on there. So, because it's a stud, I actually pulled one out to make sure. It's an entire stud. So I'm going to grip the top here with the vice grips, pull it out, and then replace it. Okay, so sometimes you're going to get these bolts that just don't want to come out. And it looks like I got 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. We'll get the vice grips on the top, and hopefully that does it. Okay, so we're like another hour and a half in. Couple more stuck bolts. Here's our tip of the day. These, what did I grab here? Every one of the valve cover bolts are 8mm, 8. But that's what happens, at least in this Dodge. Now, granted, this Dodge has 230,000 miles on it. Has it been neglected? I don't think so. Did rust get into the bolts? Of course. Valve cover gaskets don't often go. On this truck, actually, the valve springs often go. Haven't had that problem yet. But, so since no one's ever changed the valve covers, this is what bolts are going to look like. So, a couple of them, I gripped the tip with vice grips and got them off. And I was confused because I couldn't tell the size because of the rust. I was trying 10s and 9s. Get the 8 on there. Shake some of the rust off. Put a 9 on there, and to shake the rust, don't start wrenching it right away. Get a 9 on there, get the rust and dirt away. Then you might be able to fit the 8 tight, and then it'll come off. So that's the tip. Start with a 9, get the rust off. It's an 8, and then use the 8. Okay, now, that being said, the hardest bolt so far this job, I haven't even tried the driver's side yet. Well, I've got most of them, but as of right now, that back bolt on the firewall was the hardest because you have to use a deep, and the ratchet is, it's right up against the firewall. I actually got underneath the truck to make sure it was on and tight, but luckily it came off, and we're good. So this cover should come off. I wanted to show you guys 2 things. One, the cover coming off. The other is, even though this is an easy job, this is the position I've been for the last 3 hours. The entire job has been me standing on the bumper, working like this. Forearm on the fender, getting it nice and dirty, so the paint's gonna get ruined. So put a cover here so you don't ruin it, because now it's gotta be cleaned. and then the other part is me stretching in to reach all the bolts. So this hand is killing me because it's burning, because I'm holding myself up literally like this as a contortionist. So even though the job is easy, standing like this is not. This is the position you'll be in for 3 hours straight. I haven't even gotten to the driver's side yet. My next investment will be that little tripod that grips onto stuff. But in the meantime, let's get this cover off. This cover should just pop off. All the bolts are off. But I'm just kind of got to jiggle it, jar it, get it unstuck. There we go. And then we move everything out of the way. That was a job. Not gonna lie to you, and this is the easy side. All right. Come on, you little biatch. All right. So it's out. Now, what does that mean? This means I'm not changing my oil frequently enough. This should not look like this. I'm pretty good with it, but I'm not a saint. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna clean all the surface material up. And we gotta get the spark plugs out, of course, because we're changing the spark plugs as well. And we're gonna clean the surface so that minute gaskets can form nicely. If all y'all are wondering, like, why a valve cover gasket would go, it's just because it's rubber. And when the engines get miles, just through the course of time, they dry out and they don't seal as well. So this one actually looks in good shape, but if you look closely, you'll see it when I pull it apart. It's cracked. See the it was leaking here. You see the God, I can't even get it off. Look at how dry it is. It's dry and brittle. I'm trying to peel up. This is a rubber gasket. You can see the crack lines, crack, and the oil just seeps through. And it's, I mean, granted, 200,000 miles. I don't know the last time they were changed. Valve cover gaskets probably last, I don't know, but probably 80,000 miles or so. And the truck's got 230,000. So you got to assume that they went at least 100. And then, like, I can't even get the old gasket off, and this is all gonna come off. It's just brittle, dry, cracked, and old. And this is just rubber. And it's the blessing and a curse, because they last for a very long time, but they're not impermeable. They don't last as long. But you can see the cracks in it. And it's just because it's old. 200,000 miles. Maybe I'm not changing the oil enough, but I got the truck at 173. So in all fairness, I've only put 50,000 on it. But kudos to the last guy who took pretty decent care of it, because trans is still running pretty decent, little slipping when it's cold, but that's it. So we're gonna pull this old gasket off, we're gonna put some new stuff on, and we're gonna get to this plugs and all the rest of the garbage I gotta do. A lot of my tools I've been buying on Amazon, not realizing that all the YouTubers I watch use tools from Amazon, and if you pay attention, you'll see they're part of a program that Amazon pays them for their kind of like support. So I'm not saying they're using Amazon to endorse tools, but they're part of a program that says, hey, you know, we're going to link the description to the tools I use for Amazon. Amazon gives them a portion of that. So don't think these guys are not unpaid. I tried to get part of that program. Unfortunately, I was not lucky enough. However, and I don't have the subscribers, but I will say that I did a ton of research to pick the perfect impact gun for me, because I don't do work on my truck all the time, but I do it enough where I could use a good impact wrench. I'm saying don't go to Amazon and buy an impact gun if you don't need it. But if you're looking for a good impact gun, this is like mid-range, my price range. I think the gun itself, no battery, no nothing, was like 80 bucks, maybe 110, but it gives 400 pounds of foot torque. And then I bought this this impact wrench all on Amazon, and then this battery I bought separately as well. I'll let you guys know what I bought, but I'm just letting you know I happen to buy off Amazon all the time, but I'm not endorsing Amazon. I'm not saying run to Amazon and buy this stuff. I just happen to find it the cheapest there, and it's for what I need. So please note that I bought all of this stuff because of other people, but I don't want you guys to go out and buy it because of me. But I want to let you know where I get it, just in case you were wondering. And I'm the cheapest, frugalist guy going. And this was the best deal I could find for what I'm trying to get. I could have went cheaper if I wanted to, but I wanted bigger torque. I wanted something that took lug nuts off in one shot, and I wanted some heavier duty stuff because I work on my truck all the time. And this is what I went with. I went with the rigid half-inch drive, and I bought a half-inch set for this gun. So I did spend a pretty penny. But you don't have to. You could probably go a little lighter than this. But that being said, I started taking off. This is a 15. And and it's working like a gem. I gotta admit, if I was here with a ratchet and everything, it would take me twice as long. I'm actually kind of having a lot of fun. So I took those 4 bolts off. This dropped. Now I gotta get the little holder here, and then this drive shaft here will slide backwards and out. The whole assembly is gonna come out. I need to change this universal joint and the one in the back. That's 2 of the total 6, and I bought 4, even though I apparently won't need them. So we're just gonna that up. You know what? Let's see if you guys can see this. And that shit is rusty as hell. And this is a 400 foot-pound torque gun for $100. This is my favorite. This is, I don't think I'll need, it goes up to 400. I don't think I'll need any more than 400. Guy in his driveway doing this shit, so rigid. Okay, now also a heads up, there's no yoke here. I mean, there's a yoke here, but it's just into the transmission. So I have my truck jacked up like this. I shouldn't get any leaks in the transmission fluid, but be prepared if you're level or if you have the front jacked up, you will get transmission fluid leaking out this way, okay? So be prepared for that. I'm going to pop it out. Unfortunately, I don't have a cameraman, so. You know, it'd be awesome? Friends. Anyway, it's out. You're under the truck, and even though everything's secure, that's a steel drive shaft. That ain't no aluminum. And that sucker is not easy to hold up. Come on, there's a girl. My creeper is a panel board with nails in it because I couldn't find any cardboard last minute. By the way, if you're a mechanic doing what I'm doing, having fun, yeah, we're having fun. Not really. But if you're doing this for just to save some money and all the other perks of knowing your way around cars, cardboard. I refuse to get on a creeper with wheels. It just lifts you up higher, and these cars are so low these days. This truck is high, and I still refuse to be any further up from the ground than I have to be. So, cardboard. I got a piece of panel board with paint. Slide ready, you know, avoid the nails, but cardboard, it's your best friend, especially in a driveway on the ground. Let's get this thing done. Okay, so we're in the middle of taking off the shock absorbers because one of them's blown out. And I used, so there we go, 10 millimeter bang. All right, and there, the bolt will be there. This is what I used, okay? My new rigid beast. I love this thing. A long extension and 21 millimeter right on the bolt. Boom. All right, came right out. The bolt came out. The backs of these have where is it? It has a nut. Okay, so the bottom you have to hold. I took a long extension and held the nut. The tops have the tab on it. The tab sticks on the back and stops the nut from spinning. So you just take the bolt and it comes right out. So next step is we got the jack underneath. We jack the rear and the 2 shock absorbers should pull right out. Couldn't be any simpler. Yes, $100. But if you're doing this often, this is the tool to get. 400 foot-pounds of torque. I'm on setting 1. I'm not even on setting 3. So this is the low setting and it pulled that bolt right out. I haven't had a single trouble with it yet. Loving this tool. This was for little stuff, but it's working just as well. But the rigid, this is my first impact gun. Having a lot of fun with it. I'm really having a lot of fun not having to take the wrench and go. So that's where we're at. So those 2 shock absorbers, I should have enough play. I could pull them right out, put the new ones right in. Okay, guys, I'm losing daylight. I'm trying to get all my projects done, and it's just not happening. So I didn't really want my format of my channel to be this way, but it looks like this is what we're at. So right now, the sun's getting dark. I'm trying to just work these shocks out, and unfortunately, my jack isn't working properly. So I'm going to try to wiggle the shocks out just so I can put the new ones at least in position, or at least get the old ones out without killing myself. So that's where I'm at right now. We're going to kill the video here. Still have to finish up the cam. We still have to finish up the valve cover gaskets. We have to finish up, the truck's in pieces. We have to do the universal joints in the drive shaft. We have to finish the doors that need rewiring because of the windows. I need to finish the 6 boat motors that are waiting for some fun times. So we have a lot of projects. I'll try to upload every day. We'll see how this goes. But in the meantime, guys comment on things I'm doing right, things I'm doing wrong. I love the feedback. Again, my 20 subscribers in the last month that I haven't posted a video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have no idea what that means to me. We're gonna hit 500 soon. I'm confident we'll hit 1,000. Maybe not by the end of the year, but with any luck, next year for sure. And you guys, you have no idea how much that means to me and my family to make $100 extra a year. It means a lot. So stay tuned. Love what I'm doing, having a lot of fun, and we'll get some more videos as much as we can. So in the meantime, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll catch you in the next one. Okay, so yeah, I was wrapping up the video, but I couldn't help it. I was pissed, so I went underneath the truck and I put the tires on the ground. I chalked off the front tires, chalked off the fronts so that it wouldn't roll because I got no drive shaft anymore. And now that the rear suspension's down, I jacked up the back part to give me some clearance on the shocks. Because they're bad, I pushed the shocks in, was able to wiggle them free. So these shocks are done. I got Matthew, the master mechanic here, and William, the just coolest kid ever. And I was gonna go to bed, but at least I really just, those shocks had to come out. They had to come out, and it was bothering me that they weren't. And Matthew, the master mechanic, was getting mad. He's like, "Hey, Dada, no go, man, not cool." So let's get the new ones out, and I do want to see what the new ones look like. I can't put them in tonight. It's dark, but we want to look at them, right? What we got? Whoa. Whoa. Cool? Yeah? Oh, yeah, they're wrapped. Wow. Do they fit? They look the same? Yep, they look good, right?
Yeah, good.
Good. Good? Okay. Master Mechanic Matthew approves. I'm assuming same box, same shock, same deal. Yep.
Wow.
Looks good? Yeah?
Looks good.
All right. That's it. Say we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
We'll see you tomorrow.